My mental health journey has been a roller coaster ride. I was diagnosed with clinical depression when I was around 19 years old. It was a lot of stuff to go through, and after that I was like, yeah, I really need help, man. I need solid help. That's how I got into Mave. It's been around 6 to 7 weeks so far. I was presented with a holistic solution out there, like an all-in-one solution with everything out there. Who is Shubhankar? So, I am Shubhankar. I am the founder of a SaaS company called 1% Coach, and I am someone who's been deeply interested in psychology, in music. Also, I am 26 right now. To give a brief history about me, I come from a family of teachers. Everybody was a teacher, my mom, my grandmother, my granddad, my uncle. So I grew up around teachers, so teaching and coaching was a part of me out there. And later on, one of the things that happened in my life was all of them passed away, so that sucked a little. But yeah, this is about me. I love music, I love children, I love dogs. Why have you agreed to do this interview? Well, I wanted to do this interview to share my journey. If someone's out there who's gone through a lot of things, you feel like, hey, you're alone, you don't know where to seek help, you don't know what are the next steps, you feel like you're going through it all on your own, hopefully by sharing my journey out here, you might get some clarity, some direction, and some hope that you can also make it out. Can you briefly share your mental health journey so far? So, my mental health journey has been a roller coaster ride. I would say a lot of downs and sometimes up out there. I was diagnosed with clinical depression when I was around 19 years old, and it was the same time where I was put on prescription pills, and it's been almost 7 years out there. I've been on and off of meds. I've also been, diagnosed with anxiety here and there. So yeah, safe to say, it has been a pretty challenging journey so far in terms of improving my mental health. When did you realize you needed help? Well, the fun fact is, a lot of people don't know like they need to seek help, but I knew I needed help, but I didn't know like where specifically to seek help. Throughout my journey, I would say since I was 19 or 20ish, I've been trying a lot of things. I've been going to therapy, I've been to psychiatrists out there, I've done NLP courses, I've done a lot of things out there. I even taught it to other people because I got so good at wanting things for myself. I tried hypnotherapy out there. A lot of things happened out there, and the point where I decided that, hey, you know what, I really need help. This was in the recent time, was a couple of months ago, where I was in a very bad state mentally because some time ago my mother had passed away, and she was one of the last people I had with me because my father, my granddad, my grandmother had passed away. My mother also passed away, right? It was a lot of stuff to go through, and after that I was like, yeah, I really need help, man. I need solid help. Casual, I wouldn't say casual, but just therapy in and out, few pills here and there is not gonna cut it out. I need serious help. I need a lot of people who can work with me constantly. So yeah, what were the changes in your relationship with friends and family throughout your mental health journey? Well, one of the things that I started to realize is, though I really like to write songs, I'm a rapper, I like to mingle with people, I became super isolated. I rarely left the house. Even all the work that I did was from my home only. I have like a small studio type in my bedroom. I did everything. I isolated myself. I didn't want to go out. People would invite me and I would be like, man, I'm too busy. I'm just building. I'm hustling, right? That's the word I used. I'm hustling out there. But yeah, inside I just didn't want to, get out of my house. I didn't want to work out. I didn't want to do anything out there. How did you balance your mental health challenges with your daily responsibilities and commitments? Well, I didn't balance. That's the part that sucked out there, right? I couldn't balance it. Believe it or not, on the outside, a lot of things look good. Like I was building a software company, launched an agency, I gave a TED talk out there. From outside, people are like, yo, this is so cool. But inside, I was miserable as hell. I was miserable as hell out there, right? There was no, I would say, balancing. The thing that I try to do is just whatever my responsibilities are there, I just try to hire people out. Like I had a house help to help me out with my house things. I had a cook because, right, like why not? I'm too lazy to cook. For a lot of things, I just started hiring people out there, and it sucked. There was no balance, no social life. So yeah, there was no balance. On the outside, it looked very good, but inside it sucked. You've been through multiple psychiatric consultation types of therapies. What was the experience? How did it affect you? Well, I keep joking that the psychiatric, I would say, consultations, therapy sessions, a lot of hypnotherapy, counseling has almost been like going to on a vacation and coming. Whenever I feel like trash, I go, I come back, feel better out there. So it's always been a journey where things work for some time and it again relapses. Things work for some time and it relapses. Things work for some time and relapses. It's just as if things are just not working out. What is the long-term solution, right? Because you go, you talk to them, there's a short-term solution that works, you take some pills out there, and I must also confess that there are times I had overdosed it, even in, I had taken more than what I was supposed to do, but yeah, that was my overall experience from years and years and years. I've been on it in and out. What has been the most challenging part of dealing with depression and anxiety? The most challenging part is it doesn't go away, right? The big question mark is there is a difference between feeling depressed and having depression and anxiety. Especially I was diagnosed with recurring depressive disorder, and I was like, when does it go? And the hardest part was I don't think anyone even understood out there what I was going through, because on the outside I launched a software company, I was I gave a TED talk recently, and I invested in startups out there, I was hanging out with cool people, I was putting photos and people are like, oh, this is so cool, man, you're building so many things, but inside it sucked. I didn't feel anything. There was no satisfaction that I had built stuff, right? It's like no amount of so-called achievements, what we call, just made me feel like shit. I didn't want to wake up. There were times like I don't even want to change my clothes today, dude. I don't want to get out of my house. I don't want to take my dog for a walk. That was the part that sucked. No one knew what I was going through, and the question mark was, when will it go? You tried medication and therapy earlier. Why do you choose Mave Health? What was convincing about Mave Health? What questions and doubts did you have? Outcome did you have in mind? Well, here is how I actually came across Mave Health. I actually got an ad. I was sent an ad on WhatsApp saying, hey, treat your depression and anxiety using this really cool new tech called TDCI. And I was like, okay, let me just apply to this and see what goes on out there. I applied to it, and I think one day later I got a call from Jay, who's one of the co-founders. I was like, oh, this is cool, because one of the things for me is when the co-founder of a company, this is what went in my head, when the co-founder of a company himself is calling the person who's not even bought stuff, okay, this is a sign that they care about their people out there. I talked to him and I explained my situation. One of the things that I really liked about Mave was they had a holistic solution, right? For example, outside you have a fitness coach, okay, you have a dietitian, which is separate, or a nutritionist, you have a psychologist / therapist, and then you have a psychiatrist, that's different. If you want an accountability coach, that's different. Everything is bits and pieces, right? For someone who's going through what I was going through, everything needed to be fixed. It's just not one thing. And I talked to Jay and he showed me the offerings that, hey, you know what, this is an all-in-one solution. It's just not that we don't just give you meds and send you, or it's not just that we give you the TDCS band which they give us and send you. We don't do that whole parts thing. We have overall holistic solution with a team of experts working with you. I was like, dude, this is so cool. And immediately I said, I'd like to come to your office. It was a Sunday. I went there and I signed up. That's how I got into Mave. It's been around 6 to 7 weeks so far. The only outcome that I had in mind when I signed up, right, was how do I get off these pills? Because the challenge that I was facing was when I was off the pills, my depression, my anxiety was shooting up. When I was on those pills, it would have a lot of side effects that it will make me sluggish. It would make me feel as if I don't want to wake up. I could feel the sense of my body weighing down. I was like, oh, I feel so, like dazed today. It was like a never-ending cycle. If you're off the pills, that's a problem. If you're on the pills, that's a problem. Like, how do I be normal? That was the outcome. That was the only outcome that I had in mind when I signed up to Mave around 6-7 months ago. How has your journey been with Mave Health so far? What difference do you see from the approaches that have been suggested earlier? What, according to you, helped the most? Well, the journey has been really incredible, right? To be honest, I have attended a lot of programs, I've taken therapies, like trust me, I've seen so many things, but this is the first time ever that I was presented with a holistic solution out there, like an all-in-one solution with everything out there, right? And Like I said, when we go out, someone says, hey, you know what, you need to eat healthy and work out. I'm like, okay, sure. But what if you don't want to, you're in such a bad state that you can't go and work out, right? Or you're working out but your diet sucks. Or you're working out and you have a diet but your mental health sucks, you have no one to talk to, right? And no one to hold you accountable every day. But when it came to Mave out there, the best thing was I was given a program coach, Bhavya, and every day I got a message. Every day I got a message like, hey, by the way, did you do your sessions? How's the session going on? What's the scene out there? And every day, even today, I got a message in the morning regarding my online fitness sessions out there, right? Because every day we have fitness sessions. I really like that because sometimes because of my schedule, I can't go to the gym and do stuff. So every day get a reminder, sometimes 2 reminders if I have 1 or 2 sessions a day. So that's the different thing. The level of accountability they held and the level of care that I was given is out of the world out there. Because you know, when you're in a really bad situation or when you signed up to a program, one of the things you need to do is you need to implement, right? So we had this amazing accountability system and a team of experts. It was not, see, there was like group coaching where one person teaches a lot of people, right? And there is one-on-one, and this was many to one. You had a lot of experts who were specifically working with you to help you get through it. So yeah, that was very different about Mave. What positive changes have you noticed in your daily life since starting Mave Health program? Well, I'll tell you something. The first result I saw, right, unexpected result was I lost 4 kgs. Trust me, I was shocked, like, wait a minute, I signed up for a mental health program. How did I lose weight, right? Because we had a nutritionist who suggested a few things out there. I got into a proper diet and I was more accountable to working out. That's the first thing that happened. Second thing was I felt as if I wasn't alone on the journey out there, and I had a group of people who were working with me. It's as if, you know, my problem they were trying to solve as if it was their problem out there, right? And they did everything in their power, and they took feedback, they took regular weekly feedbacks out there, like how are things going on, and genuinely tweaked the programs out there. I feel as if I'm really taken care of in the journey. And the thing is, I feel I'm not alone, and I see a lot of improvements, especially I know that if something goes wrong, I can always reach out to there. I can sense a lot of progress when it comes to, I had this feeling like, oh, I don't know where I'm heading, man. I don't know what I'm doing out there. I just had this sense of doom. So there was nothing wrong. But especially talking with the therapist, that really helped out, and the psychiatrist out there tweak the medications, which really helped me, you know, come out of all the side effects I was going through. So yeah, these are the changes I noticed. Is there any particular memory or breakthrough moment from your time in the program that stands out? Can you share a story of a time where you felt proud of your progress? I'll share you one cool thing that just made me go wow, right? So one day I was taking my usuals. I was taking my meeting out there and I get a call, right? It was from Amazon. Hey, we have a delivery. I thought like, I hadn't ordered anything, but I ordered it, I opened it, and I saw there were cashews, chia seeds, walnuts. There were a lot of things that were basically, you know, told that were basically required for me as told by my nutritionist. I thought, okay, someone from my house has ordered it, and I chilled, right? And when I asked, they were like, no one in my house had ordered it, right? I asked like, hey, did you order it? Did you order it? No one ordered it. And when I saw it, it was from May. I was like, oh, they have sent a surprise box out there. They had customized everything according to what my nutritionist had suggested from the program. That was super cool out there. And the second part where I felt really proud was especially while working with a therapist. I had this pattern where if something wouldn't go well out there, I'd be like, man, things going to hell, a lot of bad things are going to happen. Once I figured out my mental patterns that, oh, okay, you know what, I'm able to sort things out. Things are not actually that bad out there. Maybe I'm overthinking. I was able to, you know, break apart and, you know, dissect things and just take less stress out there on myself and chill. That was a great breakthrough out there. So yeah. What would you say to someone who's going through the same struggle? Well, I know you must have heard this multiple times, but I will say it again. If you're going through it, the number one feeling you will get is that no one understands what I'm going through. No one will understand. My problems are so unique, no one will even know what I'm going through. It's been such a hard journey out there. No one will understand, no one is there, right? And that's the number one thought. And trust me, I have been there. right? And when people told me this line that you are not alone, I feel like I used to tell myself, what do you know, dude, about my problems? And if you're watching this video and you feel like, dude, I have a lot of things going on, people don't understand my problems, I'm all on my own out there, right? No one knows my problems are so unique and my stuff so deep, I can't even express it out there. You are not alone. There are always people who have made it their business and like agenda of life to help people like you and I make our way out of it. You just need to find them and even take action, take the first step to meet them and even attract them so that they can help you. I just want you to know there are people whose life's mission is to help people like us. Would you recommend Mave Health to a friend? Well, the thing is, I have recommended it to friends, right? I have business partners, and we usually mastermind. We mastermind about business, we mastermind what's going on, what's a new strategy, and like I coach people. I have a community of people where I teach people how to build businesses. And the first thing I did a master class where I was talking about client retention, and one of the things when it comes to customer journeys, I talked about Mave Health, and I was like, dude, you got to check this out. And not just that, whenever I saw someone who was going through a lot, I'm like, dude, you got to try this program. It's really good. I have recommended it. And if you're watching this, I would recommend you too. Any closing thoughts or messages for people who are struggling but fear taking the first step? I want to share a very small story. It's actually a real life thing that happens out there. Whenever, let's say, a ship or boat overturns in the middle of an ocean, a helicopter goes out to rescue them, right? But the thing is, sometimes there won't be enough space for all the people to get on the helicopter. Or the question comes, whom do you rescue first? Whom do you do it, right? And the answer they have always been trained is whoever is swimming towards you. You also got to do that. If you're caught up in a storm out there, and you got to start swimming and taking action towards, let's say people, let's say especially Mave Health out there, feel free to, let's say, DM them or just reach out to their team out there, book your trial out there, because you got to take the first step. They say God helps those who help themselves out there. So reach out to them, take the first step out there, and there you won't be alone. You'll have a bunch of people who made it their mission to help you get into the best mental state possible.
Perfect.
Awesome.